Hello? I'm a silly Billy. I don't know what I did there. Oh, God, I'll do it all again now. All right. Take two. Hello, everyone. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Thank you for your patience. I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, hello, everyone. Paul Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Hope your Boxing Day was good or is good. I can't believe I did that. I mean, the light was on. I just... Anyway, we're here now. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't talk for too long, only a few minutes. Yeah, I was looking at the football, so I'm going to do that again because it was worth talking about. So then I'll come onto the chat. Thanks for letting me know I was muted. Thanks for your patience. Professional streamer. All right, so this is what's been happening. So yesterday, Nottingham Forest beat Newcastle 3-1. And I'm seeing rumours around the world that Eddie Howe's job is under threat. Is that? I mean, that can't be true. Surely. He seems to be doing all right. They've had loads of injuries. But as usual, when we beat a team, we beat them so hard that they lose their next couple of games. Nature's going mad outside. That's good. The sun's coming up. It is 5:29 a.m. here. At bottom of the table, clash. Luton Town beat Sheffield United 3-2. Bournemouth 3, Fulham 1. Yeah. Oh, half time. Burnley 0, Liverpool 1. Come on, Burnley. Are they being smashed? Let's see what I can tell from these numbers here, these stats. Oh, it's not pretty, is it? Oh, but they don't mean anything. It's only the score that counts. So half-time, Burnley 0, Liverpool 1. Come on, Burnley. Do a jammy goal. You know you want to. And then today, Man United, Aston Villa. Hopefully, Man United can do us a favour. I mean, I always like draws in these sorts of games, but I can't see Man United having a big run of form. So, come on, Man United. Come on, Ten Hag. Come on, Harry Maguire and all the other Man United players. Chelsea, Crystal Palace. Could this be the end of Poch? Could be. Could be. Happy New Year, Maurizio. Bye-bye. Make Roy Jennings very happy. Then tomorrow we've got Brentford Wolves, Everton Man City. Hopefully Everton will summon up the intestinal fortitude to beat Man City. Although, you know, we did beat Everton so badly, they're probably going to lose their next 2 games. That's just what Tottenham do. And then on Friday, the big one, Brighton versus Tottenham. I think we'll win that one, but who knows? And then Arsenal, West Ham, another 0-0. I like draws. Takes points out of the table. But if Man United do a job on Aston Villa and we do a job on Brighton, we could go up to 3rd, which is pretty cool, I reckon. Anyway. There we go. It was more interesting that time. When I was muted, I was a bit sleepy, I think. So, you know. Can't hear you. Yeah, here we go. Audio artisan, here we go. I remember he'd done it for about 15 minutes. Oh, you're... oh, he's not reading the chat either. David Calvino, I just had a look at the tipping competition. You're running away with it. You're having another go. Here we go. Quality. Here we go. Oh, I know. At least you can all amuse yourselves. That's good. I think I've got a discerning kind of viewer, the sort of viewer that will hang around even though nothing's happening on the channel. Buzz is there, haha. Joe Phillips. Oh, it's sensible. Thank you, Mikkel, raising the tone of the chat. There we go. How's it going, Paul? It's going very well, man. Very well. Oh, yeah, here we go. You've just seen it. I've seen it. Thank you, Joe. Oh, dear. Ronald M., member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Super chats and memberships are available. Jump up and down on the pooter. Yeah, no, it's all right. It's good today. It's just me that's an idiot. You can't have... It's like... You can't have a perfect world where both this is working well and me. It just doesn't seem to happen. Can't believe I did that. Ah, well, there you go, eh? It's not the end of the world. Joe Phillips, Notts Forest today, humbling Newcastle was turn up. Absolutely. So, what happened in that game? So I'm just looking at the stats. I won't bring them up on the screen. Newcastle had loads more possession. 19 shots as opposed to 15. Excuse me. Roughly the same shots on target. Newcastle had loads more corners. That's probably the stat I go most by, corners. I wonder what happened. So Newcastle went ahead in the 23rd minute with a penalty. And then Nottingham Forest just came back in the second half. Weird, eh? Weird. Come on, Man United. Yeah, I'm with you, Ronald. Come on, Man United. All is forgiven. We don't really hate them after all, do we? Joe Phillips, imagine Chris Wood scoring a hat-trick and not showing any exuberance against his old club. Is that what he did? Is that what he did? Oh, my Lord. Welsh Gal, another member of the Hotspur Hippie community. We can't hear the beloved hippie wisdom. Well, here it is now for you. Here it is now. We're all good now. Let's see. Oh, it's Chris. Hello. Hello, Chris. Meta Football TV. Season's greeting Paul and everyone in the chat. Hey, nice to see you, Chris. Hope you had a fun, festive time. Joe Phillips, keep catching on the break. Paul counter-attacking. And it was a weak penalty, was it? Seeing a few of those. I just don't get what's going on. But I like what Ange said about VAR again when he was asked about it in the press conference after the Everton game, and he was asked, you know, VAR helped you out, and he said, no, that is the problem. It didn't help us out. If that goal was given, who's to say we wouldn't have scored a third goal? And this is a game of football has its own. I'll use the word energy. I don't really mean it. I know I'm a hippie, but I don't really mean energy. But you know what? It is like a life of its own. And if you were to change one decision, then it's like Back to the Future. Everything splits off, doesn't it? The game continues down a completely different path. So I've seen this a couple of times where managers and fans, they'll blame a VAR decision for losing a game or whatever, and I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right because the game changes course. You know, all the whinging and moaning when we beat Liverpool, purely blaming VAR. Well, who's to say we wouldn't have beaten them anyway? Because I think we would have. But there's some strange old decisions, aren't there? Like the was it Odegaard, Arsenal Liverpool last week or a few days ago? That handball was a handball. He looked like he was slipping over a bit, but he pounced around with the ball a bit, didn't he? You know, gave it a little. It's like he was giving it a cough test, and but it wasn't given. I don't get it. Just get rid of it. Get rid of VAR. I hate it. Standing around for 3 minutes waiting for an offside decision. Who cares? Was the flag doing that or was it not? It's not. It's a goal. Every time who are these people? Who are these people that keep making these decisions? Because no one wants it. These people, they make decisions about innovating football, finding synergies, all that corporate crap. And every time they change and bugger around with football, they make it worse. Every time. Like, I don't get it. You can have 3 kids down at a park and they can get their act together more than FIFA. Who's this other lot that make up rules? IFBSA or IFA? I heard some other acronym. I don't know who they are. They're the people that make up the rules of football, apparently. I don't know who gave them the bloody right to do that, but they do. Every decision they make is wrong. 5 substitutions. Are we going to go back down to 3 or 2 now? Because the COVID pandemic protocols, even though COVID's still swimming around out there, it doesn't seem to be all rigid. Those substitutions were brought in for COVID, so can't we just get rid of them again? I don't get it. It makes the game worse. Anyway, I don't know. Get me rambling on about that. Tigaro, SPT, another member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Morning, man. Nice to see you. Morning, Paul and chat. Mikel Gregorio. We got Poch planted at Cheatski. Yeah, I like Cheatski. And Nuno planted at Forest. Ah. Well, so what's Nuno's assignment at Forest? Just to beat up the big teams? Is that what we're playing at there? Because I mean, I've got no ill feeling against Nottingham Forest. I actually quite like Forest. So I hope he does all right there. I hope he does well. Not as well as Tottenham, of course, but I hope it does all right. But if you're implying there, Mikel, that he's there just to maybe injure a few players that play for Arsenal or Liverpool, you know, I'm not going to say anything, you know. And as far as Poch goes, well, Rory Jennings was off on one. He was never welcome at Chelsea, and I don't know. There's something about that crowd of football fans that I can't. It just makes my skin crawl. Ronald M, another member of the commune. G'day, man. Everything will pan out with VAR. Thank you. Yeah, that's the game goes the way the game's going to go. It does, isn't it? You know, goal line technology, maybe. It didn't affect our game against Everton because neither the ref nor the linesman gave that late goal. Oh, it's that much, though, wasn't it? It's that much. The ball, I think, wasn't even over the line. It was just on the line by about an inch and a half. But we didn't need VAR, did we? Didn't need VAR. Meta Football TV. Chris says Odegaard was a definite penalty. Yeah, that's what I thought. Slipped or lost balance, but then when... Yeah, he... Oh, dude, it's so simple, isn't it? It's so simple. I don't... They're having such trouble with a handball rule at the moment, still. And everyone knows what a handball looks like. Well, you know, for a specific instance, opinions will differ, won't they? I mean, that's just, you know, the subjective nature of football. But we all kind of know what a handball looks like. And it's when you do that, more or less. Unless you're just standing there like that and someone gets a shot off and it bounces off your arm. You know, but, you know, there's wiggle room in there. There's wiggle room. But when he went over, he definitely had a little touch up, didn't he? Hand to ball. That is the simplest definition, isn't it? Hand to ball. Welsh Cow, Forrest was impressive today. Who knew? Nuno, guess he learned something in Saudi. Well, apparently he was all right at Wolves as well. And he won Manager of the Month at Tottenham. I'm glad he's not here, to be fair, but maybe he did. Maybe he did. Joe Phillips. VAR should introduce semi-automatic offside. You've got to ask yourself why they haven't implemented it in the Premier League, which would speed the process up. Look, if you're going to bother with any of this crap, yeah, so the goal line technology and the automatic offside that they used in the World Cup, that seemed to be all right. I mean, I like benefit of the doubt to the attacker, but if you're not going to do that, then I agree, man. It seemed to work all right. I mean, is it hideously expensive? What, you're talking about 22 microchips and some sort of sensor equipment? I don't know. You could go down Curry's or J-Car or what's an American one? What's the one they have in America? Radio Shack. Tandy. God, Tandy. What a crap shop that was. Yeah, just put that in. Because, you know, having 3-minute, 4-minute decisions for bloody offsides is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Tigaro, SBT. Remember, Romero was sent off against Chelsea because of a VAR offside check. Clear and obvious. VAR offside check, clear and obvious. Yeah, it wasn't obvious. I don't think that was the Romero one. I can see why that was given, but in real time it wasn't. And I'm totally on my own on this one. From what I've seen, people seem to be saying that they're clearer about the Basuma red card than the Romero red card. And I'm not saying I'm right, I'm probably wrong, but there was something different about the Basuma one to me. I thought that was not a red card at all. Whereas the Romero one, it was harsh, but I could kind of see it. But I don't know. Ben Kaufman, hello, Ben. Jack Hargreaves, that's it. Ask you to eat some turkey sarnies. Yeah, you know. Go out and trap them. trap them yourself. I'm sure he's got a turkey trap. Hang on. Because you did send me down a bit of an old country, out of town rabbit hole, man, and I did watch a couple of episodes. This is a while ago now. I mean, he's a monster. He's a monster. Where is he? Where is he? Here we go. This is who Ben's on about. Ben Kaufman, who looks like he's like in his late 20s, but has got the mind of a 60-year-old if he's remembering this stuff. Or he uses oil of Ulay or something. I don't know how he does it. I mean, look at me. I'm only 38. There we go. Look at him, monster. He's a country menace, this guy. Not Dave Knowles. I don't know who Dave Knowles is, but Jack Hargreaves. Every week he'd talk about how he would torture animals. Well, you string it up in this knotted thing and you wait for the eyes to stop rolling around. Mikel Gregorio. Nuno beat the barcodes for us. Ah, right. Gotcha. I understand now. Okay. Right. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, Newcastle, I suppose, was one of the contenders, but they seem to have fallen away, but you never know. They're still not gone. Okay, so Nuno's doing that for us. Gotcha. Next, Reguilon will score the winner for Man United. Okay. All right. Yep. I don't think I've actually mentioned this on the stream, but that whole Reguilon being loaned out to Man United, I mean, that was weird, wasn't it? Weird. And I'm not surprised Man United are absolute rubbish this year if they're having to loan in Serge Reguilon. I'm not saying Serge Reguilon's terrible. I mean, he's not great, is he? But you think if Man United were going back to the tippity top of the football tree, be that little star on top of the Christmas tree, you'd get a player better than Serge Reguilon. I don't know, has he been playing all right for them? I haven't really been following it, to be fair. The odd bit of Mark Goldbridge I've seen, because I like watching him whinge when Man United lose. I don't mind Mark Goldbridge, actually, but I find him entertaining when Man United lose. He doesn't seem to mention Reguilon much on his list of bastards that he wants out of the club. Bastards that have got 3 or 4 managers sacked. Headstock, that's a good name. Are you a guitar player? Oh, hang on. Oh, I've got the comments thing up. There we go. All right, there we go. Bring your name up in lights. There we go. Headstock. Newcastle are on an awful run. Loss after loss after loss. But everyone is giving them a pass because of injuries, but didn't do the same to Spurs. Yeah, I don't know if everyone is giving them a pass, man. I'm seeing things about Eddie Howe out. But you're definitely true about Spurs not being given a pass. Who did I see? There was a couple of pundits I saw. Who were they? Okay, Neil Lennon was one. This was it was after the Everton game, and Neil Lennon said that teams are finding out they're finding Tottenham out. That's why we're not doing very well at the moment. I'm thinking, you idiot. We got players injured, mate. We got players, and there was another pundit or something. But they were along your lines here, Headstock. They were kind of saying that we had a bad run because teams. It's a weird old phrase, this, figuring teams out. Oh, they'll figure Ange out or they'll figure Pep out. It's like, it's a game of football, you idiots. You know? Yeah, the manager sets them up, but they've got freedom to do what they want on the pitch. It's not like if, you know, the left winger is having a field day, that the players on the pitch don't go, oh, hang on a minute, that guy's a bit quick. Can someone put a boot into him, or can you mark? You know, all this figuring out. It's all part of this over strategizing of football in my mind. That you know, it's a set thing. And I think some of the times it is, but to say figure people out when you've got, 10 of your first team out is ridiculous. But yeah, so I don't know. So are Arsenal or Newcastle being given a pass or not? Maybe you've seen more than me, man. Ronald M. I like saying hello to each other. Meta Football TV, yeah, Dixon's. I used to love wandering around these shops when I was like, 15, 16. That's when my addiction to hi-fi equipment started. Tandy was the poor cousin though, wasn't it? They sold crap. Ben Kaufman, I bet I'm still the youngest person on earth to know who Jack Hargreaves is. Yeah, you're some sort of freakazoid. No one knows. No, I barely know who Jack Hargreaves is. So, so I don't know how you know that man. And you compare that to my kids, my lovely daughters in their early 20s, who don't even know who Laurel and Hardy is. Broke my heart. I thought, don't kids know who Laurel and Hardy are anymore? Speaking of Laurel and Hardy, Paul Allen. I heard this on the Spurs Show podcast, which had Clive Allen and Paul Allen on it. I haven't listened to all of it yet. It was a really good podcast. Paul Allen's nickname was Ollie because of his hair. I forgot which teammate gave him the name Ollie, because during the podcast, Clive Allen just offhand called him Ollie at one point. So Ollie is his nickname. But the other, because of his hair like that, and even though it was the wrong one, because Ollie's the fat one, he should have been called Stan. Just the name stuck. I think it's quite funny about nicknames, how they originate. Mountain Bushman, Stayma, Ewanista. But I'm streaming. Digard or SPT. What I was getting at was after an offside check, VAR picked through the whole play with a fine-tooth comb. It's not what it was brought in for. Yeah, no, that's true. They do, the goal that Everton had disallowed. That point of the foul was back. Not a different phase of play, but it was still back a little bit. It was back too far for my mind. I think the goal should have been given, but it wasn't. But you're right. Yeah, they do go through an awful lot, and it's pointless. It's pointless, man. Mick Dundee, morning, man. Morning, Paul, mate. Hope you had a good Christmas. I jolly well did, and I hope you had one too. Headstock, Man United have scored 18 goals this season. I know, this is who mentioned, so I saw this mentioned somewhere just the other day, and I had to give Mountain Bushman a call because he's a Man United supporter. The only team with less goals is Sheffield United. How are Man United in the top half of the table the way they're going? What time is it, by the way? I'll just have a see if there's anything happening in the football. Oh God! I just okay. So it's still Liverpool 1, Burnley 0. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand how Man United are so high up the table, because they're hopeless, aren't they? Hopeless. Ben Kaufman, by the way, I'm 28, so you got that spot on. So 28. Oh, I've got to do some maths here now. So that's 5 more than 23, isn't it? So 1995. I moved to Australia when you were born. That was the year I moved to Australia. And this is, Jack Hargreaves was like early 80s, man. Funny. Marpin Prasad, g'day, man. Nice to see you back. If fifth spot can play Champions League, which is looking a bit edgy at the moment. And I'm kind of glad about that in some ways, because it was sheer and utter hubris from everyone saying, oh, well, of course, right, Premier League, because we're so good, we're going to get 5 teams into the Champions League. Well, are you? Are you sure about that? I don't know. And do you really want, unless Tottenham are 5th, but even that, yeah, I don't know. The top 25% of your first division going into Champions League. So you get in the top quarter of the table and you've got a chance of becoming European champion. That just sucks. Sucks to me. It really does. If fifth spot can play Champions League as well, next season our place is secure. I don't think we've got to worry about that, man. I think we're going to be finishing higher than 4th. I think we could. I think we're first. I reckon 1st to 3rd at the moment. 1st to 3rd. I think even 4th. 4th, we're going to finish above 4th because we're keeping. I often think, and it's not my analogy. It's like a rubber band. How your attachment to the top of the table. In most Spurs seasons, the rubber band, it'll go like 3, 4, 5 points, and you think, with a couple of things going our way, we can get back up there. And then as the season goes on, I've got to just make more and more excuses because it goes to 11 points, 15. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if Man City lose 5, that's kind of stupidity that goes on in my brain. But this year, it went out and it's come back in. It went out to 7 points, but snappo, we're back in it. So while that's happening, I think we're still in for I think we're in a title race. Whether we win it or not, I don't know. But top 3, I reckon. Top 3. Miguel Gregorio called the man you dated on purpose, by the way. Is that like, I don't know what you dated. Is that like Tinder or something? Who's news? Hello, man. Oh, no, we're not going to use that word here, man. Sorry, man. No. Welsh gal. I agree with Headstock. Pundits were saying that Big Ange was naive. That's the Premier League snobbery. It really irritates me. Yeah. There was a lot of that, wasn't there? You know what? I saw... I don't know how it came up in my feed, but it must have been when Ange was hired by Tottenham. And it was Rory Jennings and his circle jerker soggy biscuit pals. And they were just really making fun of it because, Australia's not very good at soccer. It's just like... and I'm not saying that Australia is some sort of football powerhouse or anything like that, but we punch above our weight. We do all right. We get to the World Cup. And there's a lot... It's one of the biggest followed sports here as well. What are you gonna have a crap on like Nepal or somewhere like that, or any country that produces a manager? There must have been managers that have come from countries that are not traditional football countries and done all right. It can happen. It's just the sneery looking down their noses, man. It was horrible. Yeah. Ruling classes. You're going to get me on a class warfare again, Welsh gal? Ruling classes. Posh people. Ronald M. Do you remember Tottenham Court Road? Yes. Oh, Tottenham Court Road. That was the electronics. Well, for me and my friends, I don't know if it was general, but it was like the electronics capital, electronic shop capital of London, wasn't it? I can't even remember what shops were there now, but yeah, I used to get a train up there. I don't think I actually ever bought anything there, but I did go there a few times. There a big record store? There was something there. But that's, when you say Tottenham Court Road, that's what pops into my head. Electronics and gizmos and music and stuff. DM, he was the guy who bored us shirtless before the big match. Oh, okay. Okay, we're back to Jack Hargreaves. Is that right? Was he on before the big match? I remember him as kind of early evenings on Channel 4 and on Southern TV. When ITV used to be interesting. ITV used to be interesting because you had weird little companies all over the country. Oh, of course, life wouldn't be complete without my 6 o'clock alarm, would it? Yeah, lots of little tin pot companies all over the country doing weird little programs, and now it's just a bland Borg. Ugh. Mikel Gregorio, was I watching the same channel as you for the Forest game? Neil Lennon was in the studio. I either saw, maybe, I might have just watched, because often after games, Mikel, I'll watch, you know, any post-match stuff. So I don't know if I watched it. It might have been during the game, though. I don't know. Can't remember. Neil Lennon was in the studio saying that Ange is going to have to change his game. He sounded very bitter. Yeah. And I was surprised by that because I thought he might have been a bit more of an Angeophile because of the Celtic connection. Or maybe... But he really was talking in terms of... you know, Everton are outplaying Tottenham and all this sort of stuff, and you can't play like this. And what do you mean you can't play like that? We're 4th in the league. Derek Smith, g'day, man. Nice to see you. Good evening, Paul. Hope your Christmas was better than mine. Well, I don't know, man. We'll see. Burnley just missed the sitter. Oh, hang on a minute. We got... Let's see if I can do this. I won't be able to play the sound. Just in case. Because it's a blend of England's favourite playwright and my favourite band of all time. Here we go. Look who's popped in. There he is. There's Alan Bennett. Doesn't that look riveting? He's just writing out. There we go, Talking Heads by Alan Bennett. Enough of that. Burnley just missed the sitter. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye out on that. Mick Dundee, Burnley 1-0 down, but all over Liverpool in the second half. Oh, really? Hang on, where's the score? Let's... Can I tastefully bring that up in my screen? Oh, hang on, let's just do a little box for it. Window. Doing this on the fly, hang on. There we go. There we go, that's good enough, isn't it? Because then I can keep an eye on it as well. That's all. And you can, my wonderful viewers. Up in Prasai, I really want to see us back in the Champions League, but however, we finished for Europa. Oh, why do they have to... So that's what I'm saying, man. Every decision they make, these clowns, they just make everything worse. Europa, even the name Europa League just sounds so crap to me. It really does. Then we might have a realistic chance of winning it. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe if look, I think we're going to get into Champions League anyway. So hopefully your dreams will come true, man. Europa League, I'm not really into it. I'm not really into it. And as for the conference, which they brought in to give little teams a chance, well, you had that cup already. You had the Cup Winners' Cup. Bring that one back. Bring the Cup Winners back. Call it the Cup Winners' Cup. No, they just muck around with it. That's why they got rid of the Cup Winners' Cup, because they expanded the Champions League, and so all the people that were winning the FA Cups in their own countries were already some of the time already were qualifying for the Champions League. So you'd have to go to, okay, well, who was the other finalist in the domestic cup? Sometimes you couldn't even do that. You had to go back to the semi-finals. So UEFA said, we've buggered it up, so we'll just get rid of this cup. The Cup Winners' Cup was also the second most prestigious. It was more prestigious than the UEFA Cup, because the Super Cup was played between the UEFA, the Cup Winners' Cup and the European Cup holders. Can't stop progress. Derek Smith, not sure fifth will be enough, thanks to the pathetic efforts of Man United and Newcastle. Pathetic. Absolute. Newcastle, I can give them a pass because they had so many injuries, I suppose. But Manchester United have just been awful. Awful this year, haven't they? Alan Bennett, I blocked that wanker. Yeah, he's part of that laddish circle of people. That's just, oh my God. Makes my eyes bleed. Kim62, another member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Memberships and super chats are available. And I've updated the closing credits. I think everyone's in it. Oh, and I'll just say hello to Mark Satoshi, who it doesn't seem to catch me live anymore much. But he gave me a nice big super comment thing, which I didn't know was a thing. Apparently, when you watch one of my videos after the fact, if you want to say, have some dollars, you can do a super thing there. And he sent in a very big one. So thanks very much, Mark. Hope you had a good Christmas, man. Evening, morning, Paul. Hi, good man. It's, as you said, no one is running away. That's right, at this stage of the season. So now we can kick on and see how far we can go. And I saw a ridiculous headline. It said, I don't know about this, man. I mean, it's all speculation. Spurs might be buying 5 players in January? That can't be right, can it? Can't be. I just... Headstock, what's your preferred midfield 3 against Brighton? Who've we got? Well, Sarr. Sarr's always in. I love the way Sarr plays. I think he's great. Who else we got? So Basuma's not there, is he? Madison's still out. So we're down to the likes of Pierre, Gio Lo Celso, Skip. Oh man, I've got a 2 out of those, have I? Well, I'd have Sarr. I'd have Sarr and just have more attackers or 2 goalkeepers. I don't know, man. It's hard, isn't it? None of them. Højbjerg and Donnelly. There we go. I don't know if Donnelly's even a midfielder, but he is now. He probably isn't, is he? I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? It'll be a lot easier come the end of January, but you've just made me quite worried about the Brighton game now because our midfield is like pants. Derek Smith had no coffee yesterday. Ran out 24th. Oh, no, man. No. Ran out. Christmas disaster. That's work. That's like burning the turkey. Like a few years ago, I realised I was addicted to caffeine. I realised that the hard way. Because caffeine doesn't really, wake me up or anything like that. It doesn't really have that much of a effect. I just like the taste of a cup of coffee. And this was actually when I was working in the corporate land. And so I just used to have like 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day. 4 or 5. And then for some reason I wasn't drinking coffee for a couple of days. And man, the withdrawal I got from not drinking caffeine, it's hard to describe how bad it was because it was bloody awful. And some part of my brain just triggered, maybe I haven't got flu, maybe I just need a coffee. And then I had a coffee and within 10 minutes I was perfectly fine again. So I do still drink caffeine, but I really keep it low because then I can take it or leave it. But if you're a 4 or 5 cup a day bloke and you run out, it's brutal. I feel for you, man. But yeah, I just 2 servings of caffeine a day tops, and then I can take it or leave it. But if I go 3 or 4, then I have to have it. Who's news? Oh, of course, Ben. Guy that will never run out of coffee, or he better not. But yeah, caffeine addiction. I think it's much more widespread than people think. And it's quite severe. Anyway, who's news? Neil blew 10 in a row by taking the entire squad to Dubai. The entire squad got COVID and missed 3 league games. Is this what when he was at Celtic? I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that. Oh, I get. Oh, sorry, 10 in a row. I see what you're saying. Yeah, 10 titles in a row. Okay, right. So Celtic had to field their under 18s. Yeah, well. Not a good move, eh? But 10 in a row is a lot, isn't it? Muppin Prasai. But, 11 in a row. I don't know. Has anyone beaten 11 in a row? I know Bayern might be up for it this year, but I think they're on 11 in a row. The record held, of course, by the mighty St George Dragons rugby league team that haven't really won too many times since then. But 11 in a row for St George Dragons. They can't take that away. They can't. Take Ben Hunt away. Marvin Prasai, whenever I watch Spurs games while being high, matches always go weird, such as Palace, Chelsea and West Ham. These were the games that I watched while being stoned, so now I'm scared of it. Well, I'm straighty 180 when the football's on. Let me see. Palace, I can't remember that being too weird. I'm not sure. Chelsea was weird. Now, West Ham, I was in Tottenham, New South Wales for West Ham. And I didn't find that to be weird. I just thought we were off it, especially in the second half. So it wasn't as weird as you think, man. Perception is altered perhaps, but reality is reality. Ronald M. Isn't it great when you can just sit back and watch everyone else fuck it up? That's right, man. That's exactly right. I'm looking at the tiny little letters in my thing, and it looks like it's still 1-0 to Liverpool. Derek Smith, question for the chat. I'll use my discretion to see if I want to answer as well. Spurs live on Amazon. What? Really? So I get to watch them on a rare occasion. However, we always seem to lose when I see a live game. Do I watch it? Yeah, man. Just watch it. Bed knobs and broomsticks. Angela Lansbury. Come on, you Spurs. Angela Lansbury, of course, the world record holder for serial killings. It was all a front, that murder she wrote. Alan Bennett, hit that like button. Thank you very much. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Super chats. Whatever. I don't know. Memberships, you know. Just your company is enough, you know. Up in precise for me, Saar, Heiberg and Kulu. Of course, I forgot about Hulu. Hulu. I forgot about Kulu. So, yeah, Saar, Kulu and Heiberg. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, I'd agree with you then. Yeah. But Pierre is better off on the bench. However, we need a defensive mid for a balancing our midfielder. Yeah, a midfielder is a midfielder to me. They should be able to do everything. I get there's maybe creativity is a special little niche. But I think midfielders should have that in their locker as well. I'm an old fart, man. I know the game has evolved and developed, but a midfielder is a midfielder. If you're under the cosh, you got to get back and help out. If you're on top, you get up there and score goals. It winds me up when I hear in press conferences, oh, it's such and such a 6, an 8 or a 10. Like they're the only 3 numbers on the pitch these days. It's bonkers. Derek Smith, I'd go with Skip, Saar and Kulu. Okay, so no, Skip will get better the more often he plays. That's a big call, Derek. And Højbjerg is probably off in January. He might well be, although I don't know, maybe we will be hanging on to him because of our lack of personnel. Ben now. Ben Kaufman, because I drink speciality coffee, there is no withdrawal. What's that then? Does that... I mean, it still has caffeine in it. Also, I only drink maximum 2 a day. Oh, well, then you're sorted. With me, if I go 3 or 4 and I miss a day, it feels like I've got flu, man. It is... I can't describe how bad it is. But yeah, 1 or 2, then I don't have to... I can just not have it for a week. Or maybe it's because Ben... Oh, no, I finished it earlier. I'm Aldi Instant Roast. You can smell Costa Rica in every sip. Oh, a Boxing Day banger, that's it, man. Oh, I tell you what, Boxing Day, I worked yesterday. Police everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah, and this was 6:30 in the morning. They were on the main road, just around. I come out on the main road. They're all set up, RBT, everywhere. Drug test. So I had to do a drug test and a blowy. Oh man, they were everywhere. And look, I'm not advocating drink drive or anything, but I'm thinking, oh come on, folks, Christmas morning, really? Well, and I don't know where they all go when they're not doing it. They all appear and then they just vanish again. So I've got to be really careful with that sort of stuff. I can't do it when I'm working at all because, you know, I don't want to lose my job. Which, I mean, it's... I don't know. Mikel Gregorio, Burnley missing a chance after chance. Nice one. Angie's cough. I don't know what it is, what's causing his cough, man. Is he a smoker? I don't know. Or maybe he's having a quick toot. Derek Smith, Bedknobs and Broomsticks is my absolute favourite Disney film. Is it really? I hope they never remake that. Oh, they will, man. They will. You can guarantee it'll be some CGI fuckfest, won't it? It'll be awful. Up in precise. Well, true that. Nick Brown, Hulu. Yeah, it's going to stick in my head now. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, Nick. Ben Kaufman, speciality coffee means just high-grade coffee. Okay. Oh, well, maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was just the caffeine that was the addict. Maybe, okay. It's probably like cigarettes, I suppose, because there's all sorts of crap in a cigarette. It's not just the nicotine that buggers you up. It's all the other shit they put in it. Alan Bennett, Burnley close again. Bloody hell, man. Derek Smith, always worry about Angie's cough. It's been around for a while. I don't think he's like spitting blood into a doily napkin in a period drama. I think he's, I don't know, just gets a bit rough sometimes. Needs a little tickle. DM. I just don't get people walking around with a Costa coffee stuck to their hand. Muppets. Yeah, that's a thing over here. Costing a bit of Starbucks. I don't know. Whenever they ask for my name, in fact, it's been so long since I've been to one of those places, but they ask for that, I just make names up. Alonzo, something like that. Don't we all, Alan? It goes by monetisation. I've already buggered it anyway, I reckon. Oh, they're not 2-0 up. They are as well. I wasn't keeping an eye on the score. 4 minutes left. That's all right. It's all right. Look, when I saw Liverpool and Arsenal a few days ago, they didn't want it. Oh, look. There must be some green in my T-shirt. I forgot about that. I was going to wear my Charlatans T-shirt, but it's all green, so I'd just be ahead. In fact, I'm curious to see what it looks like. So hang on. I don't know if it's a different shade of green. Well, I'm going to finish the stream soon anyway, so have a thrilling climax to it. There we go. How does this look? Oh, you can still kind of make out it's me, can't you? Oh yeah, looks all right, doesn't it? Looks all right. It's quite funny actually. So I'm a juvenile, man. I'm a juvenile. Little things tickle me sometimes. Just to... I'll have to wear this shirt more often. I mean, you can still see I've got arms and that, but yeah, all right. Anyway, oh, you're talking to Ben. 2-0. Ronald M. I've got 2-0 on the Hotspur Hippie League. Ah, no. Actually, before I go, we'll have a quick look at... see if I can get this working. Exciting, isn't it? Bear with me. I've just seen a comment that's made me smile. Hang on, while this is farting around here. Oh, hang on, hang on. I had this trouble yesterday. I couldn't figure out how to do it. It's not really that exciting either. Access phone. I think this was it. Hang on. Oh, bugger it. No, it can't be bothered. Love the floating head look. This is what tickled me. Like Wordy. from Look and Read. That wasn't Words and Pictures, was it? Wordy. Wordy. Let's, for those of you that don't know, are not aware of Wordy. Oh dear, okay, adverts. Oh, do you remember that? Used to shoot them. Look at this, here we go. We're going to get... Oh, where is he? Oh, God. Oh, hey, here he is. There we go. Oh, well, there's a little look at it anyway. Oh, well. DM. Oh, boy, you're like the guy of Red Dwarf. Can't remember his name. Holly. Is it Holly? Hilly. Holly. Norman. Something. Norman Gorman? John Gorman? No, not John Gorman. Maybe it was. All right, well, folks, I've done about an hour, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Yeah, I'll have to wear this t-shirt more often. I like this. All right, folks, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. That was a fun stream, folks. That was a fun stream. Thanks, everyone, for taking part. If you've clicked like and subscribe, that's cool. If you haven't, no worries. That's all good too. And if you're watching it afterwards, like Mark Satoshi, thank you again, man. I hope it's passed some time for you. Until next time, until we look at some games tomorrow or whatever, and then we've got a big game on Friday morning here anyway. Until next time, peace and love, man, and come on, you Spurs.